we Brits, we do like to mock, you know. We like to point to you guys and girls over there in the United States and say, what the feck are you doing? You voted for old Diaper Don to be your 47th President of the United States. Well, I thought it was a case of, well, once bitten and twice shy. But no, he will be taking up the White House come January 2025. Well, you see, maybe us Brits should really look closer to home instead of having some form of therapy by, repeating some whataboutery. What about them over there? Without thinking about the shit that we're in. Anyway, while you're here, please boop the old like button and maybe subscribe to the channel. And then the little bell icon, which is just there, give it a tickle. And then you get a warm fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. And if you want to support the channel, do it on Patreon, buy us a copy, and links down below. But you see, the UK's economy is absolutely shot. Now, they won't tell you that. They'll say, we're all on an even keel now. It's all getting better, it is. Yeah, you're paying for it, but it's all going to get better. We're going to grow more business, we are. Yes, growth, they say. Well, October just gone. We borrowed an additional £7.4 billion in October. We've borrowed £102 billion this year already. Ain't even got to the end of it yet. More borrowed money. How on earth are you going to get your economy straight if you're constantly borrowing money? And if it's not for infrastructure spending, that's borrowing, pay on the never. You don't have an income to pay it back. We're already spending over 80-odd billion a year just in interest rates. The United States, you guys over there, are spending nearly $1 trillion in interest rates. And some of that's going over to China. And, China's got over 800 billion of your debt, for which you're paying interest on, which is going to pay for the Red Army, so they can fight you. Even Russia has underwritten some of your debt. Same in the United Kingdom, but smaller amounts, of course. We are funding the wars, even if you don't think that you are indirectly, we're funding them. Let alone supplying the weapons, let alone selling weapons that ending up with them flipping them on the market and end up everything and where, and then they get used against us. Makes a lot of sense, that does, don't it? No, it doesn't. What about all the United States weapons that, are in Afghanistan? Taliban have them now, don't they? You see, the UK's got its own problems with its debt and what have you, but also the fact that we've got, I say it's debt, but the United States debts, oh my God, that 36-odd trillion. The United Kingdom's like over 2.7, so it's 101% of GDP for the United Kingdom. The United States, I think you'll give up, quite frankly. And it's going to get worse. Well, there's energy prices as well. Now, your energy prices in the United States have increased somewhat because of supply and demand. So who are they supplying? They're supplying us. That they are in the EU. So we're getting your gas sold to us. And then you've got, less. So hence your prices go up. You pay more. But look, for instance, in the United Kingdom, the amount that we pay for energy prices in the United Kingdom is way under the United States. It's way under the EU. Now, the EU's average energy prices are about 78% less than the United Kingdom. I live in France. I know it is, okay? But the United States, 4 times less. So we're paying 4 times more in the United Kingdom than you guys in the United States for energy. Even though we've got North Sea gas and what have you. We import at least 10% of electricity is imported from France. And now we import it also since last 2 years ago from Norway when they've got surplus. Because we don't produce enough. Imports. The problem with imports, they're paid to companies and countries abroad. You're bleeding money in the UK. It's been sucked dry. Now, if Keir Starmer thinks he's going to repair the economy with direct foreign investment, that's a mistake. We need more internal investment. We need to encourage those who are already investing in overseas companies to invest in UK companies. Encourage them to do so. But will they do that? No. Direct foreign investment. Big guys who are just going to bleed the country dry from all its assets. Like water, for instance. Like Buxton Water has been sucked out of the aquifers and owned by foreign companies. And Coca-Cola. Sucking all your water out of your aquifers, underwater reservoirs, basically the porous rock under the ground. Just so they can call it filtered water. Spring water. Spring water has to spring first, don't you? But they're pumping it. So businesses are struggling in the United Kingdom, big time. Hospitality sector is absolutely shot. They can't get the staff. In fact, a lot of the hotels, they're not employing people because they don't need to. Because they've got, migrants living in many of them. Costing the country a huge amount of money. Well, this is all post-Brexit, you see. Migration's gone up, not down since Brexit. But, people won't believe it, will they? That's exactly what's happened. And then we've got the SEZs, special economic zones. Blah, blah, blah. Give me anagrams right in a minute. Yeah, special economic zones. Mega cities, if you like. The one in Dartmoor is pretty much all Dartmoor. Who owns them? Who manages these sites? Not a British company, no. United Arab Emirates. The same company that sacked 800 employees from the P&O. They love all these special economic zones. They're void of, many legal responsibilities, national insurance contributions, etc., etc. Of course I like them. Avoiding a certain amount of tariffs for import-export. This is not how you build a country. We need to, yes, go for growth, like Labour keeps telling us, but we need to invest in small businesses. We need to give them a helping hand. You see, where there's acorns, large oaks will grow. Majority of businesses out there were startups. Even the big guys who they were startups of one type or another. Invest in the small geezers and gals to start their businesses, and some of them businesses may fail, and some of them businesses may, become big businesses or medium-sized businesses, or they might just be able to, look after themselves, provide a wage for them and their families and what have you. And then their money gets spent on local business instead of some business abroad. Because the money's been siphoned out of the country. Now, yes, you can have a certain amount of direct foreign investment. I'm not saying you've got to cut it off altogether, but we need to encourage local investment. The more small businesses there are, the more shop fronts there will be. Simple. Instead of one business grabbing huge amounts of trade, lots of small businesses will share that trade and require more premises, more this, more that, creating more economic growth. You remember when the high streets were busy? Because I can. I don't know what it's like now, but last time I went back to the United Kingdom, I was shocked how many businesses have shut down. How many storefronts in Norwich are literally just boarded up. Empty. Now, those councils were taking the business rates, what have you, they're no longer getting it, are they? So they're having struggling. They're struggling to actually fund the services required to keep the city flourishing and looking good, As a result, as it is, we've got more and more people living on the streets, failed businesses, depression, stress, no fixed abode, so they can't necessarily get a bank or anything. Then you can't get a job because you've got nowhere for the money to go. We need to look after, be a little bit more insular, and look after your local regions and the people in your local regions, instead of keep giving money to some rich toff or Jeff Bezos. These people make massive amounts of money with very little or zero effort. And what say you? Please leave it in the comments down below. I think it's an absolute disaster. I really do. And I don't think we're going to get past this anytime soon. While we have this mentality of, supporting big business and forgetting about the little people. The little people. Got to look after the little people. The diddy men. Anyway, you tell me. Please leave it in the comments down below. But please beat the like button. Maybe subscribe to the channel. A little bell icon. There it is again. Woo. Yes, then you got one face in pocket every time I upload another video. And if you want to support the channel, you can do it on Patreon or buy us coffee, and the links are down below. And we need to speak the truth about this stuff. We really do. We're allowing governments to do whatever they want because they say we've got a mandate to do whatever we want. No, you haven't. You've got the mandate to do the best for your people, not the best for yourself or just to keep yourself in power. You've got to look after the people's best interests, even if it does sometimes hurt a little bit. This is how it is. Anyway, it's time me to go. Say toodaloo, you know. It's toodaloo.